Alchemy of the Souls. What a fantastic show, right? Oh, I love period pieces. I love the actors. It's off to a really good start. Oh my God, I'm happy about this one. Happy Father's Day to everybody, to all the father figures out there. We appreciate you and love you. Go hug your father, okay? If you have your dad, especially, go hug your father and say you're grateful, okay? But wow, and then if you're here in the United States, happy Juneteenth as well. Look it up. That's when the black people found out that they were free from slavery in 1865. So excellent. Anyway, let's discuss this wonderful show called Alchemy of the Souls. Let's go. Hello, good people. Thanks for joining me again. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Anne. And on my channel, I review foreign shows. You know what I should say, right? We travel around the world sitting on our couches. How fun is that? You never know which country we're gonna end up next. Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review this one. It's from South Korea. It's called Alchemy of Souls, and wow, like I said, I love period pieces. I love historical drama, just because it feels like when they're dressed up in their traditional clothing, it's like you get the real culture, right? Everything is so westernized nowadays that I feel like we're losing culture. So I love when we go back and people are dressed up in their original clothing, and it just feels like the culture just bursts through the screen, and I love it. And it has really good actors. I think we've seen both of these actors. I think I saw him in that Dololo So or something. Remember that show that came, I think was last year, with the girl who was playing piano? And then she's been in so many Korean dramas. I think she was in Reply 1988, really good. I also saw her in Because This Is My First Love. She was so good in that. Just a fantastic cast. I mean, it has a lot of other characters that we've seen in other Korean dramas, so just fantastic. So what is Alchemy of the Souls? All I have to say is, look, we're gonna need notes. It's like class time, right? I hope you're here to take notes, because this one is a little bit complicated just to get off the start. Like, okay, what's going on? Like, I was like, so who's who and who's got what powers? But it's very interesting. So we find out, obviously, that the character of, I believe his name is Jag-uk, his father was this, I guess they're called Mung or Mungji. I don't know how they say that. Mange. And he's got these powers. They have powers that control the energy that comes from the water in the lakes or rivers or whatever they have. So let's just say these people have extra powers, right? And the king calls his father and says, look, I am very weak and I'm worried that I'm not gonna be able to produce an heir before I die. So he asks Jag-uk's dad, can we switch bodies, souls, for just 7 days so I'm able to produce an heir, right? And at first he was like, no, we can't do this. This will create some sort of an evil, bad energy. But they end up exchanging souls. And when they do, the king goes and sleeps with Jag-uk's mother, which he was like, oh my God, because remember, the mother is looking at Jag-uk's father and is thinking, this is just my husband, just did not know that inside that body was the soul of the king. And obviously they sleep together, have a child, and that's Jag-uk, right? Are we together? Are we together, class? I know it's a little complicated, but it starts to make sense as you continue to watch. Anyway, when Jag-uk's father they switch back their souls, says he would not pass the power of the spell and the energy that they have, that they get from the water, he did not want to give it to his son. And everybody was like, why wouldn't you not want to give that to your son? That's what we do. That's, that would be his inheritance. And he was like, nope, I never want him to ever have that power. And I'm thinking, is it because it was the king that obviously slept with his wife? But if it was the king's soul and Jag-uk's father, wouldn't that be Jag-uk's father's DNA? I'm like so confused. So yes, the soul was the king, but the body was his father. So why didn't he not want to give the powers? I'm assuming is because he got upset with the king because the king went and slept with his wife instead of, obviously, I guess, the other women that the king had. I don't know. But because of that, it's like a curse. Like, he can't have the powers that everybody else has. And then, obviously, they throw the character of Mondiok or Nasuk, because apparently in the past, she's had these powers and is the only one who's able to assassinate the other people who have powers. I know, what I tell you, you're gonna have to keep up. This one is a little complicated, but it makes sense. Anyway, they were trying to kill her and she runs away and ends up in this body. And so her soul is in here, but her body is captured, and as we saw in episode 2, it was burnt. And the assumption is that she is gone. But Jag-uk, who has always wanted the powers that the father denied him, I guess it'll help him open the sword and it will give him the powers like the rest of them have, was able to figure out who she was and saw her soul and realized that was Nasuk. And he wants her to train him to become powerful and also access this energy that comes from the water. And we saw in episode 2, obviously, she gives him poison and obviously doesn't tell them what kind of poison it is. And his family is pushed to where they had to open up that gate of energy for him so that they could save him. And so now we're seeing in episode 3, she's going to be training him to become really powerful. Now, my only question is, does him having these powers going to be a negative for him? Because I'm thinking there's a reason why his dad did not want him to have these powers. Is this going to be something that's going to work against him in the future? We have to see. And then in the process of all that, we have others who have powers, and I love their characters. So we have Jin Cho-young, and she is the daughter of Vitality, which she's Spring, right? They were describing these 4 children who have powers in this kingdom. They're the only ones who've been blessed with these powers. So the girl, her name is Jin Cho-yoon. They're calling her Spring, right? Because she's like the spring and vitality. They have Park Dang-gu, and he is, hot, like the summer. They called him Summer because he has so much energy. And my favorite, by the way, Seo-ul, who is like a genius. They say he looks like the sunset in the fall. Get it? The seasons, right? And we also told that he had some sort of a romantic relationship with Nang-suk before she became Mo-dyok, before she transferred herself into this body to save her soul. I know. Are you keeping up? Are you lost? Are we together? Let me know if you're lost in the comment section, right? And then the last one is obviously Jag-uk, and he was known as, and supposed to be the successor of the Jag family, and he's known as the winter. He's calm, I guess, cool, collected, which obviously is shown. He's very that way in the show. And so they have the 4 kids who, I guess they call them the 4 seasons, right? Winter, spring, summer, and fall, right? Just fantastic. So anyway, I hope that makes sense, but now we're gonna find out what he does, obviously, with the powers. And like I said, I'm interested to see, obviously she's gonna train him. She now has become his master, and now he is the student or the pupil that's gonna have to learn under her. The other thing I was gonna say is I can predict a love triangle, right? So the older Nansuk loved Seol, and obviously we know Mudyok is probably gonna get close to Jag-uk, and they're gonna be close. So I'm seeing a love triangle in the process of all this, but 2 episodes, a lot there, but I love it. I feel like it's gonna be rich. It's a good script. I love historical drama, so I can never go wrong there. And I cannot wait to find out why he was not supposed to have the powers. You know, I feel like it can't only be because of what the king did. I feel like maybe there was something maybe the father was trying to protect him from, having these powers that obviously he wants to access, and obviously he is going to. So anyway, have you watched these 2 episodes? What do you think? Right? I think it's gonna be an excellent one, and I can't wait to see them, you know, obviously peel all the layers and we get to the bottom of it. Clearly I see there's a romance or brew over here, so I think this is definitely promising. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the 2 episodes so far. Please join me next week. I'll review episode 3 and 4 as we get more information. But so far, love it, love it, love it, love it. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Give me a like if you do like my video. Subscribe. It does help support my channel. And I'll see you next week. Deuces. Happy Father's Day, everybody.